What up, guys? Perfection here. Today we're going to talk about rally traps. We're going to go into, I think today we're going to cover troops, skills, and gear, the basics of what we need for all of them. I'll do another video or two of how to execute and do it successfully, but as you can see right now, my power is substantially more than a rally trap, so I'll have to do it on another account. But for this video, I'm just going to use this account because I've already got troops trained and I've got gear crafted, and it'll just make it easier to cover all this stuff. So first we're going to talk about troops. So there's two types of rally trap setups for as far as troops go. There's a lot of people that use, I would say majority of the rally traps use the tier 2, tier 4 troop setup, whereas there's a lot of other people that use the tier 3 rally trap setup. It's all tier 3 troops, and I believe they have some tier 4. Now, I like the tier 2 troop setup better because power. You get less power, you get more bang for your buck, if you will. The thing is tier 2 troops give you 8 power apiece. Tier 3 troops give you 24 power apiece. But in a rally trap scenario, they don't give, it's 3 times more, but they don't give you 3 times the bonuses as far as tier 3 to tier 2 troops go. So I find that it's more efficient to use the tier 2 troops. So anyway, that being said, the minimum requirement now, it was lower, it's higher now because of the new sets like Zeus and Frostbitten. I'm going to say the minimum requirement now is 150 million tier 2 troops. And that means 50 million of, and I've pretty much kind of done this, but 50 million of each regular tier 2 troop. And the reason we go regular on the tier 2 is that's the meat. That's what's going to get hit. Your tier 4s won't be touched when you're getting hit. And regular are weak against range and defenses. That's the reason we go regular troops. Strategic troops, which I still have some strategic tier 2s, but I will never train them again for this purpose. Strategic troops are weak against ranged infantry and defense. Not strategic, but you get what I'm saying. They're weak against more type. They're weak against 2 types plus defenses. So that being said, we go with regular troops for our meat. Tier 4s, because we're doing 150 million tier 2s, we gotta have the tier 4s to back it up so we don't get nerfed. The current nerf ratio is you can have 1 tier 4 troop for every 12 and a half tier 2 troops. So that being said, we're gonna just to be safe, we're gonna go with 10 to 1. So we're playing on the safe side, not accidentally getting nerfed. And I'll go into that a little further. But so what we're going to do is we're going to run 15 million tier 4 troops. And we're going to do 5 mil of each kind. We're going to strategic. We're going to go 5 mil infantry, 5 mil ranged, and 5 mil cav. Now, if you are making a new rally trap and have not done strategic research, to save the power, don't do strategic research. Just do the same thing but with the regular troops. 5 mil of each. Don't ever train siege because siege gets burned so hard. But anyway, just do 5 mil of each of the immortals, the marksmen, and the war elephants. And the reason for that is that'll save you a lot of power, so you'll be able to have that same effect with less power. Now, that being said, we know our troop counts now. So here's the problem. If let's say we donate to rallies and we just have our 5 million tier 4 troops on each one. So the problem with that is we start donating to rallies. Well, let's say 2-3 rallies in, we've lost a full march each time. Well, that may put us down below the nerf limit because we no longer have enough tier 4s to prevent the nerf. So I would say, just to be 100% safe, if you're going to donate to rallies, have your 150 mil T2s and have your 15 mil T4s. And then if you want to donate to rallies, add T4s on top of that. Don't ever go into your 15 mil because that's your baseline. Just consider yourself out of tier 4 when you get down to 5 million of any particular type. Now so what's that going to give us in power? Okay, so 150 million tier 2 troops is going to give you exactly 1.2 billion power. Tier 4 troops, the 15 million is going to give you 540 million power. So that combined is going to be 1.7, just shy of 1.75 billion power. All your other power is going to come from research and your hero level buildings, of course, but buildings don't give you much. So we're looking at about ideally 2.7 billion power is going to be the average for a decent or for a good rally trap. So just the lower the power, the better, but you have to have your minimums done on your research. So we'll go into that now. So as far as your we just got our bonus troop chaining mystery chest. Nice. All right, so let's take a look here. All right, so our basics are going to be combat all the way done, and I'm not going to pull up each one of these. Wall traps, wall traps are kind of useless, but you got to do them. Your hero is good to do. I would max out hero just because I believe there's a deal in here that gives you bonus health and bonus defense when your hero's with you. Yeah, troop defense with your hero. I believe that gives you, it's not bad. So go ahead and do that. Do your hero tree. Don't do this new stuff. It's going to give you too much power. But stop right here. You can get to Monster Mastery 6 if you want to. Stop right there. Now, defense or strategic troops, like I said, if you haven't done it yet, don't worry about doing it. If your goal is to be a rally trap, just save your speed ups and do that part later if you decide to convert your account. Now, same thing with strategic wall traps. You can do them if you want, but it's not necessary. You can just do regular traps. So, let's look at crafting. Okay, so if you're going to be a tier 3 type rally trap, you can do crafting all the way. And you can do it all the way as well if you want to be just the tier 2 setup, the tier 2, tier 4 setup. But just keep in mind that this is additional power, and the higher your power gets, the less likely you are going to be to get a hit. So, that being said, if you want to go ahead and do your crafting, go ahead. And this will give you the ability to open up cores for trapping. Now, cores aren't required for this setup that I'm telling you, but they, of course, help. And I'm going to do a whole separate video on cores, defensive style cores for rally traps. Okay, so now defense. Don't complete this entire tree because it's going to give you way too much power. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to 10 down to here. And I'll just kind of go through this a little slower, but we're basically going to take all of this to 10 down to here. Now, once we get here, you don't even have to proceed any further, but, if you want to, go ahead, but it's just, like I said, it's going to add more power. Now, there's kind of a toss-up on this, but people will say that they like the hospital build. Other people say that they like the barracks build. I preferably like the barracks build just because it's easier to retrain troops. I don't mind retraining the tier 2 troops. So, that being said, with the barracks build, each barracks is going to give you 10% defense to all 3 troop types. So it's going to give you 10% defense per barracks. And then hospitals give you 5% health. So with knowing that, we're going to look at gyms because with the barracks setup like I have, or any, doing the barracks setup in general is going to give you more defense. So we gym a little differently. Now, here's the hero gear is going to be controversial no matter how you look at it. You can kind of do this however you want. If you can make a full Frostlord set, go for it. Are you going to get hit wearing a full Frostlord set? Probably not. I mean, you have to get creative with your baiting techniques. And that'll be a whole nother a whole nother video as well. So, with our gear, we're going to look at gyms, and I did a video on gyms that I'm uploading as well. So that video will kind of go with this video if you're missing some of these gyms. But with our gear, if you can't make a full Frostlord set, the bare minimums, if I had to put a bare minimum on it, I would say Frost Lord helmet, boots, weapon, and 2 accessories would be probably the requirement, but not, it doesn't, I mean, if you have Haunted Xena, you can substitute there too. Like, for example, if we substitute, well, let's take a look at our stats first before we do that. So, our stats, now I haven't done any research beyond what I've told you, other than March is all level 10, but I haven't done any research beyond that. So, our stats are going to be roughly the same. Oh, my battery just is going low, so I want to finish this one up. Anyway, so let's look at troop boosts. All right, so when you take a rally, first we're going to talk about it. So when you take a rally, here's what happens. You get hit, they attack you, and then they kill as many troops as they're going to kill. And then your troops go on the attack and kill their march, or try to kill their whole march. With the troop counts I told you, if you get to the troop counts I've told you, no less, you will kill their march every time. And you could probably take 3 rallies before having to retrain and still kill their march, their full march. So, we don't need to add any additional attack other than what the set itself has given us and our altar has given us. So, with that being said, we're going to look at defenses. All of my defenses right now, if you look, range defenses at 312, range, cav, and infantry are all at 312, and I'll show you how I get that. And then if you look at your overall boosts, we have very minimal attack, and we don't have much attack up here either. I mean, we have 335 on average of all 3 types of attack. So there's rallies going on. So all right, what we're doing now is let's look at overall troop. We're sitting at 3,000 troop defense, just shy of 1,200 troop health, and our enemy troop debuffs, our big ones are here. Troop attack debuff. So here's what we want to do. That when they first hit us, when they first hit the rally trap, or when they first rally us, what we want to do is we want to lower the amount of damage they do to us. So we want the lowest amount possible killed. We know we're going to kill their entire march, so we got to lower the amount that they're going to do to us so that we don't burn. Because most of you are going to know this already, but what causes a burn is when they kill more of your troops / traps than you kill than the size of their march, more or less. So if you kill their entire march at 3, let's say full research person 3.4 bill or 3.4 mil troop march, and let's say they kill 3.5 mil troops, you're going to burn. Even though your troops may only be tier 2, you're still going to burn. You've killed a shitload more power than they've killed of yours, but you're going to burn for some reason. MZ counts that as a loss. So, to lower that amount of damage they do to us, we're going to focus on 3 main boosts / buffs. So we're going to focus on attack debuff, defense, and health. Alright, so to get there, we're going to go into hero skills first. And you can mimic this set if you want, but basically, I don't put anything. I put the bare minimums to get down all the way down. I had 4 points left over, so I put troop defense up to 9. Everything else is bare minimum down to here. I have max troop defense 2, max troop health 2, max of all 3 of the defense types, max attack debuff, and I maxed out alter boost health and defense. I only put 20 into attack, which I don't even know why I did that, to be honest. And then I did the full set bonus. Now, if you're not going to run full Frost Lords, you can use those points from alter boost attack. You don't really need it, but if you want to put in there, cool. And then full set bonus to that would give you back 45 points. And if you wanted to, you could go ahead and max out troop health and troop defense, the first set of it, and you can add points to enemy health debuff. Alright, so that's basically what you're going to do with your hero skills. Now, gymming is a big deal because If you're wearing a set that's not what I'm wearing right now, your defense may not be high enough. But let's substitute out for, we're going to go with the set I was telling you about, the bare minimums of Frostlord. If we went to, which I'm basically kind of wasting some points here. It's not going to be the best example, but it'd be pretty close because those full set bonus points I put in. But we're going to do this. We're going to go with, I'm going to sub out the original kunai because the haunted one doesn't give this stat. If you look at this stat right here, 30% troop defense debuff resistance. That's of the overall troop defense debuff that they're sending at you. So if they're burning Zeus at 1500% defense debuff, well, this is going to get rid of 30% of that. So that's huge. So what we're going to do is we're going to let's equip that and see what it looks like. When I say see what it looks like, that's you're going to hear me say it a lot when I'm doing these rally trap videos because it's all situational. You have to look at your stats and you have to kind of play with the gems to get them right. So let's look at where we're at right now. Okay. All right, let's just look at overall. So that only dropped us down to 2700 defense and 1100 health. And then our attack debuff actually probably went up. No. Went down. Okay, so we're down to 317% attack debuff, but we picked up some troop health debuff. So let's look at the gems in those the two pieces I added. Those are, well, that one's wearing the right, or that one has the right gems in it, and this one's pretty close. I wouldn't run Minotaur here. I would run something else, probably Mother Earth. But if you are going to go with the full Frostlord setup, which I have an extra one because I got a pack that came with one in it. You know what? Save some time. If you're going to run the full Frostlord setup, the gems you want to run are, ideally, you would run, I like troop health, but if you could run these 4 gems: Health, Shadow, Mother Earth, and I believe that's Candy Cane. Candy Cane gives you 25% health. But that new gem that they just put in the game, I believe it's the Rainbow Gem, gives you 35% defense, so that's pretty big. But anyway, this is going to give you health, attack debuff, defense, attack debuff, and straight health. The defense is high enough on this set, on the Frostlord set, it's just insanely high. But if you don't have enough Candy Cane gems or of the new ones, the Rainbow Gems, just put the Elite Defense, boost your defense up a little higher. As you can see, I ran out of Candy Cane gems. I only had 2, so that's what I did. I'm sitting at 1200 health, well, just shy of 1200 health, 3000 defense, and this is all unboosted. Now, when someone hits me, I'm going to boost attack debuff, the 150%, and I'm going to boost defense 150%. So that's pretty much that. So we've covered our troop counts, we've covered our gems, and we've covered our hero skills. That is pretty much the basics for setting up a trap. Now, there are a lot of strategies and tactics into getting hits and baiting. You know, a good one is to, before a KVK is coming up, sit there and, well, it's not sit there in generals, for example. You just sit there, and when you see people coming, test that march, test that they're going to send marches at you. Watch your screen, have that preset like this. Just have it right there on the screen. And all you have to do is click use and it's going to switch, but they're going to scout you. They're going to do everything they can to get you to use your change gear to Frostlords or whatever core. They're going to try everything they can to get you to do that before they send that real rally. So what's going to happen is they're going to send scouts. They're going to send 1 troop marches. And you're going to see red popping up on your screen, but you're also going to see this little box pop up right about where the boots are of my hero. And basically what it's going to say is enemy scout incoming or enemy march incoming. Now, when you see enemy war march incoming, that's a rally. Now, here's the problem. If you're in the forest, you could probably have time to sit there and look at your map. You probably have time to sit there and look at your map and click the little button to show the what's coming at you to see if it's a real rally. But if you're sitting outside a forest, you're not going to have that response time. You could pop a War March debuff, which would give you 15%, but that's only going to buy you about 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds. So reality is, have a be safe, pop it. If it was a fake rally, then so be it. But hopefully it wasn't. You cap hero. Now y'all got a rally target. Go knock it out. That simple. But anyway, I'll do some a video on baiting some of those hits and getting basically a lot of the different strategies I know for getting people to hit you and capturing their hero, gear combinations to switch out. That way you can run some different gear combinations, maybe playing with some Hades gems a little bit, some pretty cool tricks that I've picked up just in the time I've been playing. And hopefully this video will help you guys. But if you like it, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next